welcome back to another episode on Happily Ever After. This is the Raj
Raj
family.
family.
So, we did this talking point cards few weeks ago, and we had a lot of great questions, and we would like to do it again this episode as well. And if anyone is in relationship, or even if you're in your marriage and you don't know what to talk about, you want to learn about your spouse or your partner, but you don't know what to talk about, and always there are same old questions, or you want to learn but you have only superficial questions, this is the way to go. You will be able to learn about each other really quickly, given that the other person, your partner, your spouse, is actually wanting to give good, genuine, honest answers.
Yeah, they're fun, interactive, and let's just get started.
Absolutely.
All right.
You got this. You got this.
For some reason. Okay. What do you feel is the most romantic thing I've ever done for you?
Well, that's a very nice question, actually. What is the most romantic thing you've ever done for me? Um, I would say I'm trying not to give the personal stuff. I'm trying to talk about more something that can be shared. Um, I would say preparing a surprise picnic for us to go. I don't know if you remember that right after work, you
Yeah,
wanted us to
that one
go.
is your top.
Yeah,
You've always mentioned that.
yeah, yeah. It was very unique. Of course, at that time, we've done several times after that. But that was like after a whole day of work, you've been busy the whole day, you're tired, but to know that someone has prepared something nice and you can just go to a park nearby, relax, and have a small meal and stuff, that is really huge for me.
All right,
Do you
your
have any
turn.
comments about that? I'm not
No,
asking you to answer the question. Any comments about that? Okay.
no, I'm glad.
I'm glad too. I'm glad that you're glad. Okay. Which personal accomplishment are you most proud of?
Which personal accomplishment are you most proud of?
Getting married to me.
Eh.
It's an accomplishment. I'm kidding.
Personal accomplishment.
Yeah, this one is personal too.
I feel
I'm
that's
kidding. I'm kidding.
ours. So,
I'm kidding.
um, I would say there's some few, but one of those is that, well, there's many that are coming to my mind, but one of the first one was to get my driver license right when I was
16,
18
18.
in Argentina, and I did it. The more I've met other young ladies, and many of them do not have a driver license, I feel like that was. I always wanted to drive, by the way, since I was a little girl. My dad would just go through the back roads and allow us to drive. For me, driving, anything that had to do with driving, anything that had to do with money, that was always things that attracted me. I wanted to work in the bank, post office, and drive. Those were like since little things I wanted to be, or a cashier, like. So that was the first one. Then I think it was finishing my hairdresser's training for 1 year. Later on was finishing my bachelor's in health and working for many years in that field. I think a lot has to do with education for me. Accomplishments, because I always liked to study, to get good grades, and then to be good at what I did. So I think those are like personal accomplishments, if you wish. And later on, finishing my certification as a coach and starting my small like business as a single young girl. For me, those were all like milestones and accomplishments that I was happy about and fulfilled with helping others. So, yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. So, let's go to a yellow. What's the best thing you learned from your mother?
The best thing I learned from my mother. There is a lot that I learned. I wish I learned a lot more, because one of the things that I'm going to start with one of the things that I did not learn, which I would have loved to, is to sing. She was a soprano, and she's she has passed away. So uh, she would always tell me, Martin, stay in the tune, because my pitch would always every now and then I go up and low and all of that, and she's like, Martin, you need to learn to stay in the pitch and stay in tune. And she would try to guide me, and I was all over the place, but I wish I had learned how to sing from her. But the thing that I really learned from her is to be independent, because there is several things that I learned, but I would say it all comprises under that one thing called learning to be independent. That is something she specifically told me, and she raised me. She said, Martin, you have to be independent in this world. Don't depend on anyone. Don't depend on a girl for her to cook for you. Don't depend on other people to make money for you. Don't depend on other people. Try to be as much independent as possible, so you are not in a place where you're constantly waiting on someone. And I think that's the best thing that I learned from her, because she was an independent woman. My father left us even before I was born. He was not happy that I was conceived, so he left us. And she did not marry. She wanted to take care of both my brother and I. And she was a very independent person. She did not depend on people a lot in terms of raising us and all of that. So, yeah, by seeing her life and also her teaching me, that's something that I would say I learned from her, which is the best thing that I could learn.
That's a blessing.
What is one mistake you keep repeating?
Not taking the toothpaste from the very bottom. I feel, it's
Oh
not
my.
like a metal type of toothpaste, so I'm like, you press it and you press it, and at the end you press it until there's no more, so it doesn't really matter. So, but I know that for you, that's not done properly. But thankfully, we don't fight over it. We've survived it.
Yeah, but I would like
But
you to say something that is your mistake.
oh,
What is one mistake you keep repeating? That's something that you see, I wish I had done it different, because, yeah, it's more about your personal thing.
mistakes that I keep repeating.
One mistake.
Or one mistake. Well, I'm trying to think on any mistake I'm sure I make. I trying to think a mistake I keep repeating.
Do you want me to share mine while you think?
No, I think it's coming.
It's coming,
It's
okay.
coming, the mistake. I think it's grabbing my phone too early in the morning before I'm done with what I want to do truly. That's a mistake I keep repeating because it kind of throws me off into other things. So most of the time I tried after my devotional time to grab it, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to check this or let's see if they answer, and that's a mistake because it ruins my intentional morning routine.
But I honestly, observing you in the mornings, I think you're doing pretty good with that, though. You haven't been so much.
I mean, I try
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, but
I'm encouraging you.
oh,
I'm just
thank you.
saying that, yeah, I have seen a huge difference in that area. So, but
What is your mistake?
yeah, you wanted to know,
Well, you wanted to share, so I'm curious now.
huh? One thing that I would say is, this is a little bit controversial in my mind, and that is when you use a floss, right? People usually, I've always seen people brush their teeth and then they floss. But for me, the reasoning is if you floss first and remove all the whatever is stuck in the cracks and crevices and then you brush your teeth, it's even better, is my understanding, is my reasoning. But after we switched to the what's it called?
Water pick?
Water pick. I've been wanting to use the water pick first and then brush my teeth, but I keep forgetting that. I would say that
Okay.
is my mistake.
Okay. Well,
Because I feel like that makes more sense
sense.
in terms of cleaning my teeth. Like I run the water pick in between all
First,
my teeth, yeah, and then when I brush it, it's there is nothing there
brush.
stuck, and then when I'm brushing, even the
I
paste can
mean,
go and all of that.
it's
So
logical, unless a dentist or someone else can tell us another logic. It makes sense.
I don't think I'm gonna change it though. I like how
Okay.
it is, but anyway,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
can go ahead with the next question.
What were the major turning points in your life that got you here? That's a big question.
Yeah, I don't think this episode alone is going to be sufficient. What were the major turning points in your life that got you here? So the first and foremost thing was that in 2011, when I was still working, I had God's impression. I had an impression from God asking me a question if I wanted to go to a missionary school or if I wanted to be in the same job, and if I am getting a promotion, will I continue to be in the job? That was my first turning point because I obviously chose that I wanted to go to Kenya for my medical missionary training, and that very shift itself, the work hours itself, they offered me promotion. So that was very clear. God was the one who spoke with me before I started the work that day. And so that changed me completely from my direction from one to another. And then continuing to live in the US by finding a job. It was not even intentionally I wanted to be in the US. I just saw doors opening and living in the US. And many people think living in the US is living the American dream. You are making a lot of money. If that was the case, I wouldn't have chosen the path, chosen the ministry that we are doing right now. I would have been in a very different place by now, making lots of money. And of course, my career path would have been very different. And after that job, that I started working in Maine instead of going to India, and then coming back to Virginia to work. So I would say these three were the main aspects that changed my path in different ways. And right now we have our own ministry, Natural Healing Project. I think God had a plan. I did not know how it was going to go, but those three events changed, and yeah, now I'm here because of those three
God,
events.
yeah, was directing from a long time.
Okay. If you dropped everything and went on a road trip, where would you go?
Road trips. So it's not just any trip, but road trip. I think right now, if it was something right now that we drop everything and just went, I would go to St. Louis because my friend is there.
Sorry.
Just to see family and friends that are there. If it was right now, like to go somewhere.
I thought you were going to say Virginia Beach.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
well,
Oh, well. It's okay. That's your life.
that's just the first thing that came to my mind. Like, where would I want to go now if I could just drive? I guess it's to
That's fine.
connect with people. Yeah.
Wow. I would have never
But if
expected
not, I would go to, what's it called? Destin,
that.
Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, because we were there in our honeymoon, but we didn't enjoy it. And it
Yeah.
seems to be some of the clearer and most beautiful waters. So I would love to go to a beach that it's like nicer than Virginia Beach.
Yeah, actually, after I read that question, I thought you were either going to say, the first thought that came to mind was Florida beach somewhere. And then I was like, maybe you might say Virginia Beach because there is a beach right here. And you said St. Louis, Missouri. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, now it makes sense, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting similar. Okay. Okay, what would the title of your autobiography be?
Oh, what would the title of my autobiography would be? I would say this. I already thought about it, and my adopted mom shared as well. I would say God's open doors.
God's open doors.
Yeah, because of how when I was conceived, and then how my childhood was, and how I ended up in Kenya, how I came to the US, how I met you, and how we have this ministry. It's all God's open doors. It's not.
His hand,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. So it's very different. Oh, by the way, if you don't know about my
Book.
yeah, but if you don't know about my story of what happened when I was conceived with my mom, go ahead and buy my book, How to Have a Quality Life. You'll be able to read more about that story there. It's a very personal but very powerful story. I'm saying powerful not because of myself. I'm saying powerful because of how God has worked in it. And yeah, you'll be inspired. You'll be inspired to live for God when you read the story. So,
Yes, check it out.
okay. The next one is it important to you to live close to your family? Why?
Definitely, it's nice to live closer to family, at least, driving distance. Right now, to my family, we're really far away, so it would be nice to be closer. Why? Because we could see each other more often, at least, every few months or more than just once a year. So that would be nice, just to have more connection, because I think for both of us, family is very important.
Absolutely.
And so it would be important to live closer. The thing is that for both my parents, us, all our family, we've always moved and chose a location according to God's will, not our own. So that makes it like sometimes it takes us to a different continent, sometimes it takes us far away. But as long as we are sure it's God's will, we've all accepted that's the best, because there's no point in being close and feeling stuck that we are not doing what
Yeah.
God wants us to do. So, all of that being said, it is a wish and a desire to be closer so we could spend more time together, but it's more important to do God's will. So,
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
all right, well, let's take another one here. How do you like to be cared for when you are ill?
Do you have any options for me?
You can
Why
say
are
what
you
you want,
smiling?
because I have something in mind and I'm thinking you will say it, but let's see.
Oh my. How do you like to be cared for when you're ill? Um, um,
Be honest and
I'm trying to think and be honest about it. Well, how do I like to be cared for? I mean, first thing, I really would like to stay in bed, not get out of it. Um, I think, I mean, it also depends on what type of illness it is talking about. I honestly, I would like to just have rest there is something called as rasam. And
That's the one. Bingo. Rest, rasam, and what other R? Rejuvenation.
no, there is this thing called as rasam. It's an Indian, ancient Indian soup made out of tamarind, and it's kind of spicy, but it's very powerful in terms of healing sickness. And rasam and eggplant. Eggplant masala
Oh,
that goes along with rasam and rice.
I think my mom, if she's watching, and we know she is, she would probably be like, I would sign up for the eggplant.
That would be my top. Rasam and rasala. I'm kidding. Eggplant. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guessed rasam, huh?
Yeah. I know that when he's sick, especially with fever or just not feeling, he wants rasam. And since we were dating, I made it. I looked up online the recipe, I made it. He was happy and he said it was good. So
It's a typical Indian homemade
broth
medicine
type of thing.
yeah,
Like a broth.
homemade medicine that helps with healing if you have fever, especially when you have cold. It brings out the mucus and all of that cough. It helps with soothing your throat if you have fever, and when your tongue becomes bitter. This eggplant masala and rasam, they are the best. It helps with the flavor and also it helps with healing. So
Why not?
yeah, why not? And you're enjoying the food. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be? And who would play you?
Oh, that's kind of difficult. Who would play you? If a movie was made of your life, what? Okay. Give me the different
Genres?
Yeah, because definitely not.
Romance, comedy, tragedy, thriller, horror, action.
That's it.
That's it.
I guess maybe it would be more romance.
Rom-com, romantic comedy.
I don't know about comedy, but tragedy and romance.
I thought we had a lot of fun. What
Yeah,
happened?
no, but of my life.
Yeah.
Of my life. So
I
it's
am
not
your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just if a movie was made of us, yes, I think it would be romance and comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was just in general, I think it would have a lot of things to learn from. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, with my friends throughout my 20s, with different relationships and broken relationships and just kind of crazy situations sometimes, they would be like, wow, this is like a novel. It's even better than, like, it just had so many faces and so many dysfunctionalities that it kind of looked like a novel in a way. But so I think it would somewhere be around there.
Somewhere around there. All right.
So it depends what chapters of my life is chosen to made of my life. But yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Next question.
What thing brings you the most joy in our relationship?
Well, the best thing is, I think, our love and care for each other. I really appreciate that. Especially when we have disagreements and when we have issues. I know that I am ready to change, make changes and fix it, but also to know that you are on the same page as well. You want to work, and if you are willing to see if there is any mistakes in you and you want to make that change in that, because disagreements or issues are unavoidable, excuse me, because of times we are living in. We are not in a perfect earth. So there is going to be a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of challenging times, but to know that you are willing to change, and as I said, I am also willing to change. I want to change, but that will not be complete if it is just one sided. I'm the only one that is wanting to change and all of that. But to know that you are there, you are willing to work on, or first to check if there is anything that you need to work on, and you're willing to make the changes and putting that effort, that gives me joy, because the other romance and all of those things are there. Yeah, that is great, but I think this means even more, because this is more long term. This is more long term, and it deems to be the foundation of our marriage. So that brings joy in our relationship.
Good.
Was that a good answer?
Yes.
Okay.
This can be our last one now.
Sure. What are some ways we can preserve our sex life and intimacy when life gets busy?
Good practical question, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's carving time out of it. Not necessarily scheduling it, but carving time for just us time, or time to just connect. When life gets busy, you do need to be intentional and not just wait for things to happen. And then be intentional in doing the little things that build connection, like dates or cute things,
Yeah.
like meaningful things.
My question is, when is life not busy? It's always busy, you know?
And I
With,
think it would get busier with time. Like if we had kids, it
Yeah.
would be another level of busy.
true, but even now, we cannot say, oh, it's not that busy. Life
Right.
is easy, you know? It's not like that. It's going to be busy always. And I'm just jumping in to share, because that is also something, not just a question for us in this podcast, but a lot of people face that issue, is that their work, everything else comes first, whether it is work or ministry or family, like
Children
siblings
or
and children and all of that. So, with all of that being in the picture, life is going to be busy. And I totally agree with you. If we are not intentional in preserving our marriage, then it is not going to happen. I remember watching a video, and I think I showed you as well. This husband and wife, they say, okay, we will wake up and we will do it first thing in the morning. And then they wake up, and then they both are like insecure, because they probably have bad breath, because they didn't brush their teeth, maybe. And then they go brush their teeth, and the whole mood is all changed. They are getting ready for work. And then while at work, they are thinking, okay, we will do it right after I come back from work, or we come back from work. And then as soon as they come back from work, they are kind of taking care of children or something. So, okay, after the children are gone to bed, we will do it. And then the children are gone to bed, they go to bed, and they're like, I'm too tired. Maybe we should do it tomorrow first thing in the morning. As
So
soon
it
as we wake
starts
up.
again
Yeah.
the cycle.
And
Yeah.
that has happened to us as well sometimes, you know. So if we are not intentional, the worst part is, people think the act itself is the only thing that needs to be done, but there is much more steps before the act. And if we make time for that pre sexual part, that will draw us more closer together, which will automatically lead to the act itself, right? Because
There's
without
different
spending
things like
time, without the heart connection, without sharing more things, it's going to be like, okay, let me do it as a duty, you know? And yeah, if we don't make priorities for that, at least go once a week on a date or do something. If we don't do it, then it's never going to happen. If we are not intentional, it's never going to happen.
And recently we were like kind of coaching a couple that they were saying they have a couple kids, like 3 children, and they didn't have time to really go out for dates, and they said they didn't have the money either. So okay, time, can we take 10-15 minutes at least,
Yeah.
once a week. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say 30 minutes once a week to just connect.
Yeah.
Can we or we cannot? So that's a question. Can we take 30 minutes a week to connect? Number 2, can we do something without spending money? Instead of going out to a restaurant or going out and buying stuff, can we do something meaningful in the home? Like, what are some examples of things in the home without money, just to make it practical as well, that could be done to just have that bonding time? That generally bonding time, times that we can open our hearts, feel connected, can lead to more because it's like a build up. So, what are some things?
Yeah, here, right here.
Ask
You
each
can
other
ask each other
questions.
questions. Even
Yes.
if you don't know questions what to ask, you can always take one of these and ask, and
Yes. Spend some time doing that.
you can do foot rubs for each other, you know.
Yeah, foot rub. You can have like a little game that you do together that doesn't require like games, we call it like practical relationship games,
Yeah.
like
Cooking together, we do
yes,
it.
cooking
Every now and
together.
then.
You still have to eat, you still will cook, so that's not going to take extra money. You can ask each other for 1 to 10, how do you feel in the relationship? What is one thing you miss and you wish to include more? Or grab a little piece of paper, whatever you have in your home, and just do a little note, write something nice, rewrite vows to each other.
There is a
You
whole
can,
lot of things
yeah,
that we
listen
can
to
do.
music you really it means something to you and commemorate that.
Or sing to each other.
Yes, or sing together. You can read a little something that you both enjoy and just discuss about it. You can, for sure, pray together, share things you appreciate about each other. You can just, like we told this couple as well, like just get together and maybe talk, ask each other some questions, and you cannot maybe go and buy some flowers because you don't have the money, which is something questionable because we can also decide, $10 here or there, what we do with it. But go and grab some wild flowers. Or
Go to a trail, you definitely will find flowers. I
yeah,
gave you once. I don't know if you remember
yes,
it. When we were in Oregon.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Few times.
there is different things that don't require money. It just requires intention and care for each other. And if you don't have any ideas, look up online ideas of things you can do for free at home. Like, get creative. If you don't have the creativity, look for creative ideas. And just don't say that you don't know what to do, but just do something. Because it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Like, we need to spend time with God, praising Him, thanking Him, praying to Him, sharing with Him, reading what He tells us, and just all of those things. We need to do that special time with each other on a regular basis. So each one can decide, but I think what are ways we can preserve that intimate sexual life when life gets busy? Don't forget that if you don't put the time, it's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just be intentional and plan. And if you forget, and if things and both sides need to be intentional and proactive, there's no other way. It doesn't happen by itself. No one can do it for you. And it's like our relationship with God, truly. That's something we need to do. Well, we have come to the end of this questions and answer, talking about real life things, sharing our perspective on different personal things, and just encouraging you and showing practically how this can be a fun. We're
Yes.
always learning more. And yeah, hopefully one day we'll finish them all, but I think we've only covered a section. So there's a lot that can be used, and just be creative, invest in your relationship, not because you're married, you have that relationship forever in a good state. Like a garden, you have to nourish it. So, God bless, enjoy, be creative, and keep building what God has given you. Until next time.